Hasbro fans, this is Todd. Let's go ahead and get started the review of the Powercon 2007 3-pack figures. Now, these are not the comic ones. These are the ones that were the drawings of potential figures of the future that were never made. So let's take a look at these and let's see what we have here. So I'm going to start with Terroar. Terror is pretty cool. Here he is right here. Terror. And he's got some great features. One thing though, when it comes to his neck, make sure that you heat this up before you remove it. Otherwise you can break the neck peg inside. I have another video showing how to do that. Watch that video and see some techniques. You can use a hair dryer. You can use hot water in a cup. You can use a heat gun, whatever it takes to get it nice and soft and pliable to remove it. All right, so here's the joints. You can see the joints are a little smaller than our typical figures we've had in the past for all those years. So a little bit smaller pinholes, which I think is kind of nice. Makes it easy to use. Another thing that's different on these figures is the actual ankle peg. You'll see that these ankle pegs, they rotate from the back. So it's just connected right in the front. Now, if you watch my video on Prince Adam from the comic collection, you'll see that how well they can stand with those. I'm not going to make this guy stand right now because I'm in a small quarters right now. So another thing that's different, which is interesting, is his attachments. What's different about it is the actual pin that goes into the hole of the attachments. Let me go and show you one of the old ones. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I went ahead and grabbed my custom Roboto. Now, if you guys have not seen my custom Roboto yet, it's cool because it has a USB drive inside of him that I take and plug a cord into, and you can store a bunch of stuff for me. So a lot of files that I have, I like to store my Roboto. He sits by my computer, and it's just a pretty cool, fun custom. Anyway, this video is not about him. Let's just take off his arm and show the difference. There we go. So take a look at these pegs. This is the original peg, and this is the new peg that's on the new figures. So you can see the difference in the size of them. And because of that, you can see that they would not actually fit in both arms the same. In fact, let's go ahead and try to stick this one in Roboto's arm and see how it works. Oh, it's just not working. So that does not fit in there. And I believe vice versa, it will not fit in Terror's arm either. Let's take a look and see. Now, what's interesting is this is the same size as the new Trap Jaw that just came out in the comic set too. Yep, and there's no way that's going to fit in there. Totally different size. So, can't use the old weapons with the new figures, and you can't use the new weapons with the old figures. So keep that in mind when you're purchasing these, that they are not compatible. You have to use them separate. All right. So there we go. So these figures, they move the same way as the other figures. They have the same leg movement, the same shoulder articulation. He's got the tail that you've seen before, like on Whiplash. Cool. And again, the new things are the smaller peg holes, as you can see, and also the new way that the ankle pegs work for the swivel. All right, so there's Terroar. Cool figure. Like him a lot. Let's talk about Lord Grasp. Lord Grasp. So here he is. Here's Lord Grasp up and close. Excellent paint job. Look at this. Handy work on that claw. That is just so cool. And of course, he works just like Clawful with a spring-loaded claw. And again, he has the smaller peg holes. And it's kind of cool. I even painted this one yellow, so it just matches right inside there. And the other side is black, which we've never really seen that before on the older figures. Usually the pegs are one color all the way through. And again, the knee pegs the same way too. We got one side yellow and one side black. That's really cool. And here you can really see that ankle articulation, how it rolls around and how it's different. And this really allows the figure to stand in some really dynamic poses. It works great. I actually like it a lot. The cape is very soft, pliable rubber. So you could take, and one thing that a lot of fans didn't like was the lack of a hood. He has no hood right here, and the drawing showed a hood originally. I actually took hood from a pre-Eternia Disguise He-Man, and I sanded out the inside to make that work. And then I cut the middle part of it, this used to connect together like that to a small little hood, stretched it out, heated with a heat gun, and painted it to match. Let's see if I can get this on there. There we go. And I like how that looks. Has kind of the hood look that he's originally had in the drawing. Fits in there pretty nice. Quick little hood to stick on there. A lot of people use the hood from the Laser Power Skeletor. That'll work too. It does fit a lot looser on there. Just whatever's your taste. Or you can also have him hoodless, like he came in the package. I think he looks fine hoodless. If you don't want to make a hood, don't waste your time to make it. I think he looks just fine without the hood. Anyway, let's take a look at some of his accessories. So his accessories are this shield right here. Goes on his wrist. Fits on just like you would expect, like in all the other Masters figures. And he's got this as well, which unfortunately this was made for right-handed figures, and they have a right hand. It does fit on there kind of strange. Twist it around. There he goes. And then pop the shield on afterwards. And you have the full weapon look. And that is our Lord Grasp. All right, on to our last figure, Plasmar. Now this is a cool one. This one kind of reminds me a lot of the throwback of Laser Lot. Like he's probably one of his relatives or used some of his powers. Actually, I got a broken Laser Lot right here so you can see the comparison of the two. I have to fix his plume on his head. But you can see he's supposed to have the same kind of powers as him. The armor is the same. The nice part is they made this translucent on this one. They should have always done that with him, but that's okay. I like that this one is translucent. I really like the skin tone they used on him. It is really cool and really refreshing to see different tones used throughout the newer figures. I like that a lot. Again, he has soft cape. He has the small pinholes. And again, they painted it to match. Some really cool parts they put together. And you will notice, even look at that, they got the green to match on this side. When I had my Rio Blaster, I had to paint this side brown to match on that side because it was bothering me how the color didn't match on the pinhole. But they've gone and did that extra detail for us. So let's talk about his accessories. He comes with a really cool crossbow, energy crossbow. You can see his energy for crossbow looks like it's made from the same kind of type of energy that we would see out of Laser Lot, where he generates it almost like a Green Lantern kind of thing. So he has that. He also has the handguns, just like Rio Blast. Now, I found these do not like to stay in very well, but we'll go ahead and give it a shot. So let's go ahead and stick this one in here. I suppose if you heated it up first, it probably would work better. But that's okay. We'll just try it out and see how it looks. There you go. That's how that looks. Just goes into his wrist. Pretty cool. And of course he has two. One for the other side as well. Now because he's made to hold his crossbow, he doesn't have the standard hand like Rio Blast to hang on to that, but it still works well. I think they did a fine job bringing this figure to light. Kind of a cool gimmick, using his some kind of force field power or something to generate these weapons. Kind of fun. All right, one thing I did not mention is the weapons that come with Terroar. And those weapons are basically just attachments. So we have a gun attachment right here. And of course we have a claw attachment. And last we have the hook. So let's go ahead and see if get this into focus. Oh, it just will not focus. There we go. And there we have the hook. And of course, they are fully interchangeable. Ooh. Oh. Anyway, fun. All right, one last thing, and then I'll sign off. And that is how these figures stand with that new ankle articulation. So let's go ahead and get this guy set up to stand. We'll take and spread his legs apart a little bit. We'll do a little roll on the back of the foot. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it with lower grasp, because his are a little easier to manipulate. Let's just stand him right up. Ta-da! And you can see that he stands pretty well. Sorry, it's so blurry. There we go. You can see he stands pretty well. With that articulation on his ankles, the new articulation really helps to make him stand in all different kinds of poses, and the foot can fit nice and flat against the ground. So that is the neat figures. All right, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Please share the video. I know it was long and kind of broken up. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't had time to do a whole lot of videos lately. So I'll just throw some on there because many people have asked for these figures to be reviewed. So there you go. Thanks for watching, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video, or you'll see me on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it!